Let us look at one of the important aspects of C language called as pointers. Now it is very easy and fun to learn, provided that you understand all the concepts thoroughly step by step. Any of these concepts, if it is missed somewhere in the mid, I advise you to relearn that particular concept and then only proceed with the next part. In the entire chapter, all these bits are interlinked. Never ever start with something somewhere in the mid itself and try to analyze what exactly that particular code is, or what those instructions are, or what the entire video is all about. Whenever the concepts of address, whenever the concepts of memory, whenever the concepts of accessing the values through some address concept is said, it is always referred something called as pointers. It is very easy to implement the concepts of pointers, provided that it is said in a step-by-step format. And when you are using these concepts of pointers, again, you are supposed to study these pointers in a specific manner itself. Let's analyze what exactly these pointers are. Now, we have been saying that we can declare variables. Identifier can be associated with the data type, right? Now, when a data type is associated with a variable, we know that that variable gets stored into some memory. When a variable is saved into memory, we can access the value of that particular variable using the name. For example, I can say int p equals to 10. Now this p gets stored into the memory and I can access the value of p directly into my program. And we have been using these steps all these times. We've been always saying that declare a variable, access that variable for doing an arithmetic operation, for a display operation, for a read operation, for the arithmetic or processing operation. But somewhere in the mid, we tend to forget that this variable is even associated with some memory. Why don't we now go for the concepts of memory to access the value of the variable? How those accessing will be said? We'll see that with an example. Follow this particular example step by step and try to analyze what these answers are all about. Now, don't try to guess what exactly are the answers associated with each of these. I've already written the answers as well as the questions. But as I proceed with these instructions, only concentrate on those instructions. Concentrate only on those instructions which I speak. Don't try to analyze the entire code. My strict instructions, don't try to analyze the entire code, right? I feel now this is much more clear, right? Now let's start with the first instruction. Now we'll say these instructions not only with their name but with their address also. Now let's start with the first instruction. Suppose if I have int a equals to 5. Now when I say a equals to 5, we have been saying that in memory there will be a block which will be said as a. This block is known as a, and the value which is stored in this a is 5. Follow these instructions step by step. So I'm saying just the first instruction, int a equals to 5. Now if I ask what is the output of printf %d comma a, obviously this will generate 5. So no prize for guessing that particular answer. So a will display the value as 5. Now this is the output which has been displayed. This is the output. 5 is the output which is displayed on the screen. Now when 5 is displayed, we have been saying the output comes as 5, but we never said how this output was accessed. Now let's say about that particular point. The value 5 was accessed basically using the name of the variable. Right? So the first instructions, print f %d comma a, this will generate the output as 5, and this output is because we have been accessing the value of a using 5, and this is the traditional method which we have been following all these days. Now generally we miss out something called as an address. Now when a variable is stored, this variable will be associated with some address. Let's speak about this particular address. Generally when I say address, addresses are integer numbers. To be specific, these are hexadecimal integer values. When we started with this particular subject long back, in the earlier videos, we have said that how this value of hexadecimal numbers are represented. A hexadecimal number is always represented with 0x. So let's assume some address. Don't expect the same address if you are trying this particular code along with me. You can have some other address on your screen if you are trying this particular program. So let's assume our address as 6AB2. Now since it is hexadecimal, I'll write this as 0x6AB2. Now suppose if I want to print the address of this particular variable. Now in C language we have an ampersand operator. This ampersand will generate the address associated with that particular variable. Clear? We have been saying this in scanf. Scanf %d, ampersand of a. Ampersand says it is the address of the variable. So printf %u, ampersand of a. Why %u? Why not %d? Even you can use the %u or %x also. %d is an integer value which says that it is always a positive or negative value. %u is always an unsigned number, and addresses will never be negative. Addresses will be always positive number. Hence I'll say %u, ampersand of a. Now what this will deliver? This will deliver 0x6ab2. Right? So the first deliver the output, that is the value which is stored in the variable, and second deliver the address of this particular variable. Now when I run this particular program, or when I run this piece of information for second, third, fourth execution on any system, you might say that 6ab2 might change to 5ac1, or it might say 1000, or it might say 6000. It all depends upon your system where this variable is stored in the memory. The variable might be stored in any part of that particular code. So it will always get to the address of that particular variable, right? Okay. Now, what if I had to access the value at that particular variable? I want to access the value which is stored at that particular address. Now, if I want to access the value associated with the variable, I'll say a always. But if I have to access the address, now we know that address can be said as ampersand of a. Now what we do is we associate an asterisk with this. Till now we have been saying asterisk as a multiplication operator. Asterisk as a multiplication operator. Instead of this particular multiplication operator, instead of making this asterisk to be identified as a multiplication operator, here your asterisk is now called as an indirection operator, which is used with the address of a variable to access the value at that particular variable. So here I want to access the value which is at the address of a. So value at address of a. What is the value at address of a? 5. So even this will also deliver the output as 5. If I call this as the first output, if I call this as the second, this as the third output. The first output and the third output both have delivered 5 as the answer. Both have delivered 5 as the answer. But the mechanism which was used to access the value was different. In the first part, I used the name of the variable, and in the third output, I had used the address of this particular variable. Let me use an arrow at this place and say that I'm going to access the value 5 through the address of the variable. Right? Okay. Now, suppose if I say that I had to access this by making the instruction much more simpler. So here you said asterisk as value at and ampersand as address of. So now can you read this completely? Value at address of a. Be along with me. Don't go away anywhere in the mid. I'm not saying physically, mentally. When you are viewing this or when you are listening to these concepts, concentrate completely on the screen so that you can understand the instructions step by step. Right? Okay. Value at address of a. What is the value at address of a? Value at address of a is nothing but 5. I feel the instruction is too complicated. Let's put this particular complication in a different fashion. Let's simplify this instruction. So what I'll do is, I'll store this ampersand of a in some other variable. So ampersand of a is stored into p. So I'll say, let's say declare a variable as int p equals to ampersand of a, and then I'll say printf percentage d. Let me put asterisk as it is and p outside this. You can ignore these brackets also, asterisk p. But when I say this will result into an error. This will result into an error. Why this is an error? Basically, the variable p doesn't have an ability to store addresses. Why? Why it can't store addresses? So, why this results into an error? As I said, p cannot store the addresses. Why p cannot store the addresses? Whenever we declare a variable, for example, if I declared a variable as say int p, this p is a normal variable, and we have been doing this from day one. You always declare variables which are normal in nature. Now, what do I mean by normal in this case? When I say normal variable, this variable can store only values or constants. So when I say int p, this p can store constants. Anything which is in the range of -32768 to +32767. The integer range which has been specified, the maximum value and the minimum value. So within that particular range, if you give any value, it works. For example, if I say p equals to 100, yes, it works. But if I say p equals to ampersand of a, this doesn't work. Why this p equals to ampersand of a doesn't work? Basically, it is stated that a pointer cannot store, or a normal variable cannot store the addresses. A normal variable is designed or is made to store values through some variables or through some constants. So hence when I said p equal to 100, it works. When I said p equals to a, it works. When I say p equals to y, it works. But when I say p equals to ampersand of a, it doesn't work. Why so? Because a variable is not designed to store addresses. Since this results into an error. So, how do I make this particular variable to store address? Since this results into an error because p is a normal variable. Now, I have to make this variable a special variable. How do I make this variable as special? I can make this variable as special by associating asterisk with this. Never ever say asterisk as value at when it appears in the declaration. In the previous place, I said asterisk is value at, but here your asterisk is what? P equals to ampersand of a. So p indicates that this is a special variable. Now let me draw this particular variable. So here I'll take a new variable called as p. I'll say this as p. What is the speciality of this variable? This is special because this variable is designed to store address. So hence what I'll do, I'll just put an arrow out of this, indicating that this is special. We never did this to a variable a, but here I'll say asterisk, right? Okay. Now, when I say p equal to ampersand of a, it works. So p receives what? Address of a. Now, when a variable which is special and receives address, what it does is, it starts pointing towards this particular variable. When I say p equal to ampersand of it starts pointing towards that. When it starts pointing towards that, I can access this value using p now. Let me spell it out one more time. Printf percentage d comma asterisk of p. What happens? P is nothing but address of a. Asterisk is value at. So value at address of a is again 5. Now this also delivers the output as 5. Let me call this as the fifth output. The fifth output delivers the output as 5 in this case. So if you compare output number 1, output number 3, output number 5, all this delivers the output as 5. But the mechanism which is used to access the value is completely different. In the first case, I used the name of the variable to access the value. In the third, I used the address concept to access this particular value. And in the fifth, I used a new variable called as p to access this particular a. We call this p as a pointer variable. A variable which has the ability to store the address of some other variable. We call that as a pointer variable. So if I say a variable as int asterisk p, now this is special. What is the speciality of this? This can store only address, ampersand of a valid. But suppose if I say p equals to 10, this is invalid. A normal variable is not designed to store address, whereas a pointer variable is not designed to store values. So whenever you want to store something as an address, it is always advisable to declare the variable with an asterisk symbol, indicating that it is a special variable and that variable is a pointer variable. Clear? A variable which stores the address of some other variable, we call that as a pointer variable, right? Now, let me place the definition of this particular variable. So, I'll put the definition for you, the official definition, a formal definition. A variable which stores the address of some other variable is said to be a pointer variable. So, it means that I can declare as int asterisk p. So, here, this p is a pointer variable. I can declare float asterisk m. This m is a pointer variable. I can say char asterisk y. Y is a pointer variable. Whenever in the declaration a variable is associated with an asterisk, we call that as a pointer variable. Always remember, the syntax is you are supposed to put a data type followed by an asterisk symbol and then the variable or identifier for this and a semicolon, which says that the variable which is associated asterisk is ready to store the address of some variable. Address of some variable. Suppose if I define int only p, this is a normal variable, whereas this is a pointer variable. What is the difference between a normal variable and pointer variable? A normal variable is used to store values, whereas a pointer variable is to store addresses. So till now, we have been accessing the values by its name. Now what I'll do is, I'll store the address of that into some variable and use that new variable to access the value. As we proceed with these sub videos of this particular chapter, I'll let you know how exactly these concepts are stated. That is about the concepts of pointer variables. Thank you.